We're too
snack
ugly
machines.
for that.
What are they called? Vending machines. Buy some vending machines, bro, and just slap them in certain businesses, bro. Just walk in there, ask like certain bars. Listen. Certain bars and just be like, hey, can we just drop our vending machine in here and give y'all more business? Shit like that. And we can put whatever we want in those vending machines, man.
How much would a vending machine run?
Playboys.
If you know what I mean. What?
How much would like a normal vending machine cost?
$800, $1,000.
Really? That's it? That's not that bad.
Get 2 of them bitches, bro.
You probably rack in a couple hundred every month, you think? From 2 or 3?
Maybe even more. Depends on where you put it, bro.
Yeah, true.
Location. We'd have to find. See, I could talk to my dad and maybe he knows some people, bro. We'd have to find local bars and shit that would be willing to let us put our shit in there. You know what I mean? Y'all are down.
Shit, I mean that might be a move.
To buy a vending machine.
But then we gotta split it like three or four ways depending on how many people.
Shit, well, I'll buy it myself then, I guess.
Or I don't know. We all just kind of we just build up an empire. A fucking.
We become the next.
It's really not that hard to make a couple grand.
Bro, what if we like turned all our talent and knowledge into just building vending machines and we revolutionized it? We were like the future of vending machines.
How do you revolutionize a vending machine?
We turn it into something that you use in your own home.
How? Explain.
Oh, I got it, bro. You just have it on your fucking...
Yeah, your phone.
You have it on your phone.
And you can deliver it, and it's a tubing system.
I was about to say
you live in a utopia that you guys were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
you live in your little fucking dome city.
Yeah.
Where there's all peace and harmony.
Yep.
And underground, there's a tube system
that sends
along with everything else. That's just a new thing now that sends you packages.
Yeah.
Since you lived in a controlled environment, I mean, I guess you'd be fine.
Remember back to the...
Wouldn't that just be like instant shipping instead of a fucking vending machine?
Yeah, but we created it.
We would call it a vending machine.
Yeah, we called it a vending machine just to be, keep it in a habit.
It's like one of those...
just to keep it a tradition.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, it's like one of those apps where you do like the crane game on your phone where you get like a stuffed animal and you just pick like the numbers.
And we can like...
It'd be like retro style.
And we own a facility like Amazon. But instead of what Amazon does, what we do is we have a game system where people like are subscribed to it. And they get different things for whatever the game is and what they
It's like
achieve.
a live screen thing. You can like actually play.
Which we're going to need millions and millions of dollars for that too.
Have you guys seen...
Which we'll somehow get.
You guys have seen Back to the Future, right?
To do this.
Yeah.
You've seen the Back to the Future shit?
I've seen them, yeah. Not in a while.
They were in the year 2020, right?
I don't remember.
Who?
Back to the Future?
They were in 2020.
So
October something. It
wasn't even close to how
No, I don't know. I don't remember. I never watched Back to the Future.
Well, look at Star Trek, bro. Like, the shit they had, like, they didn't even have, like, real computers back then. They had, like...
They were in, like, the year 3000 now in Star Trek.
Yeah, but, like, if the technology we have today, if you look at it, honestly... Like,
it's still nicer. Yeah, it's nicer than fucking what they had.
Yeah, what they had in Star Trek. I mean, they had, like, more, like the shit that could have been real, like, the computer systems and the screens and all that.
Back to the Future had flying cars.
Yeah, but I was talking about Star Trek.
Just imagine, bro, the next... What was it? GMC... What was Chevy? GM? Ford?
They're making flying cars?
No, they're just saying they're going to be, like, by 2030, they're going to be all electric. They're going to offer, like,
automated electric.
Yeah, they're going to offer, like, 20-some different fucking electric cars.
Damn.
All electric.
Really? We need
no more gasoline.
We need a new...
No, there's still... I'm assuming... I don't know. They didn't say anything about gasoline.
We need a new form. A new way of traveling, bro, in the country, bro.
Bro, we need someone to come up with a brand new, revolutionized American muscle car. I don't care who it is. Just make something beautifully amazing.
That's so fucking random.
Yeah, that...
Random as fuck, but why would you not want that?
We're talking about roadways.
America.
We're talking about advancing. You're talking about a muscle car.
Yeah, you're talking about a muscle car about 10 miles a gallon.
Don't care. Make it electric.
Make it electric. They just came out with the Ford...
It's not a muscle car
Mustang Mach-C or whatever it's called. Mach-E.
It's not a muscle car then.
Yeah, it's like... It has like a 0 to fucking...
Bro, if you could get one...
4 second...
If you could get one car, what is it?
Oh, you get one car?
Yes, sir.
Probably... a King Ranch.
Ew, what
King
is
Ranch
this?
250.
King Ranch
or 250. Maybe a 350 just so I could... Or maybe, if I guess a 450.
I'm getting a...
Fuck it, if I can just get anything.
I'm getting a goddamn Lambo.
Dude,
Lambo.
Fuck it, why not a limited?
The 2021 Ford Mustang Mach-E is a fucking minivan.
Yeah, I mean it's not really a mini.
Let me see.
Well, it's not like a minivan,
four-door.
but
That shit's smooth. Ooh.
it's not a Mustang though.
It's
That looks
fast.
nothing like
It's
a Mustang.
faster than your shit.
Oh, it 100% is. It's a 2021, and it's electric. That's
electric
crazy,
bus
bro.
Teslas.
I don't know. What do you think about the self-driving thing?
It's
You guys
good.
trust that, or do you like?
I feel like
Well,
they're
there's-
gonna need to create a roadway for specialized for that.
Well, they come
Maybe.
with sensors in them, so it senses around it the whole time.
Dude, it's not gonna be on the road until it's super.
In
super
my- in
efficient,
my-
bro.
Not right now, for
Let me-
sure.
Let me see. When I had the 2020 Lariat Ranger, and it had adaptive cruise control, and you could set on a system where it's like a 4-bar system, and it had a lens on the top of where the windshield was, just looking at the road, and that shit was so good. It could fucking look at the road and tell how far you were from the car in front of you and what was around you, like red light, green light, whatever, stop sign, and it would literally fucking stop. It would stop if the person in front of you slowed down, and it would keep whatever bar system you had. You had 4 choices. Whatever bar system you kept, it kept you a certain distance away from the vehicle in front of you, and
So you continuously
and
maintain
say you
like
say
20
you had
feet.
say you had your cruise control set at like 70 miles an hour, but the person in front of you was going 60. It would go whatever 58. You know what I mean? Just keep that distance behind them.
Bro,
So
yeah.
and you
But then if they sped
don't
up,
like
it
that?
would speed up as well, but it wouldn't go past 70.
and you don't
Yeah.
like that?
Oh, I loved it.
That
So why were you
technology
I
is
loved it.
crazy.
Why are you saying fuck that to that?
But
So
when I
weird.
was going to Tennessee with it, I drove to Tennessee with it, and I was hitting the highway. I was going about 77. 77, that's what I had the cruise control set on. You know, sometimes like 80 something. But I wasn't really too worried about speeding. But when there was cars in front of me going at that speed, and when it would brake, when it would adapt it, like it would brake on itself, it just felt like it was running too heavy. And after my trip up there, I noticed the back caliber was just it was just scratching after that. So I knew that it was probably just braking too much and too hard. It was being overused because I wasn't just using the pedal myself.
Yeah, it was just
Maintaining a speed like that using
It's-
the pedal. Instead, it kept braking to keep maintaining speed.
Yeah, that
Right.
fine,
So it was
minute
just it was just
tuning.
wearing through shit. That's the thing about
But what does that have to do with
robots. They have
self-driving?
no understanding of that. They're just
They
gonna
go they go off percentages.
Yes, exactly. And as a human, if you are smart, know how to change your fucking oil. Like not even trying to be insulting, but like just the basic things.
Change your oil.
Change your oil, fucking
Tune-ups.
know what gasoline you're putting in, and tune ups with your brakes and checking your oil. Just simple
Swapping tires
things.
and
Yes, making sure your
Dude.
tire pressure. Simple things to make sure that your vehicle can just keep
Sometimes
running.
you just get fucked though, bro. Because look, I've had 5 cars already in my life, bro.
At
Already.
22.
And the Nissan, dude, I took care of that motherfucker like it was like a baby, dude. I got tune-ups, wheel reversals, new wheels, checkups, oil changes like early, alignments, and that shit still shit on me all the fucking time, dude.
Yeah.
But-
Still.
What I want to
It
get.
cost me thousands of dollars, man.
What was your point with what I was talking about, the self-driving part when you were talking about all that? It was what I wanted to get to.
You
Like,
think
The
there's
longevity of it.
You think there's
You gotta
gonna
understand
it's gonna
is
only
the
get
cost. The cost of what we're doing. It's supposed to be cheaper. It's supposed to be long term, less impactful to the environment, this and that. But I mean,
Yeah, well, that's
it's
what
gonna come with its own things.
I was gonna say. Is that it's,
We're just jumping into a different
Oh, you're
problem.
more
We're jumping
worried
into
about,
a different problem.
You're more worried about the jobs that could be lost on the back end of
Oh my god!
electric cars.
Are you kidding me?
But
That's a fair point.
don't you think?
Well,
that
it could be
the
more of a
What about the
transition.
what
That's what
about
I'm
the
saying.
everyday fucking mechanic?
transition to electric mechanics?
I literally know like
Yeah,
5 or 10 different people
electric cars still
that are just doing mechanics.
Yeah, I mean, you're just transitioning from like a gasoline mechanics to electrical mechanic. It'll be just like
How
the
many
same-
of them are going to want to do
If
that?
you can get a
That's true,
thriving
but
How many of them
mechanic
are
shop
going to do
going,
it?
bro,
Alright.
good money.
Listen, but what about obviously there's still old heads. People are still gonna want the old cars. You know, they're still gonna be available.
Yeah, it's not like
Yeah,
you're not going to be allowed.
But that's what you guys aren't understanding.
It's gonna be reduced, yeah. But a lot of the people who want to
Not
stay
just
and are
reduced.
can I speak?
Yeah, go.
So like what I'm saying is like the people that are reduced and that small population that's gonna stick with the mechanical are people that truly love it and not, and they're gonna stick with the old heads that are gonna still have the mechanical cars. But whenever it's going to transition towards electrical, the people that are going to move along with it is going to kind of like even out. So it's like it's going to be like 50-50, and it's going to slowly like obviously transition to where. And there was going to be some that die off in between that don't want to transition or can't make it as a mechanical. But that's just kind of like what you're saying. There's going to be repercussions for both sides.
I mean, that's a very positive view at it.
Well, obviously, yeah.
I just see a more.
I look at it on the
negative side.
The main viewpoint for me
scary side
is the amount of people who die in car accidents. It's a fucking lot of people, dude. You can look it up real quick.
Oh yeah, every day.
It's a fuck ton of people, and
Hundreds.
all I know is if it's automated, if some type of automated system is implemented as a full-time thing, bro, it's gonna be really good, and it's gonna be advanced to where it's a super low percentage compared to you just driving on your own. Mm-hmm. And if it plummets the deaths that come from fucking car accidents, I'm not against it at all.
It also increases the age at which people could drive because people would be able to get into the vehicle and it'd be more safer for people that like older people that had less hearing or sight ability, and that way they like in their 70s, 80s, you don't have to go pick them up or they just have to drive their self-driving car. So yeah, I see what you're saying with the safety as well. It's a good thing.
Yeah. Who's to blame when someone dies?
That's the issue. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna have to be so good that if it gets out on the streets, it's gonna be damn near perfect. Is what I'm saying.
But you could say the same thing whenever mechanical cars first came out. Who's gonna die?
Well, at the end of the day, if you buy a car and you choose to put it in auto, and you're the point whatever, like if it ends up, let's say it ends up being like a 0.1% chance you die from an automated car accident. It's like the risk you take, right? It's like the same risk you take every time you drive a normal car.
Technology won't be there in our lifetime.
You don't think so?
I don't believe
they're working on it pretty heavily.
I think I see where you're coming from. Like you're saying that it's not going to work out until it gets to that point where it's fully integrated into the system.
Exactly.
So you're talking like full roads with full sensors,
exactly.
all automatic.
Exactly. If there is one fault, it's over.
That's a good point because if you think about it, bro,
if they're all
going to have to get it. Yeah, and not only are you going to have to get it to where they don't crash, you're going to have to get it to where it's automated and it's not fucking up the flow.
Exactly. They all have to be integrated where they just flow evenly. Everywhere. And the whole fucking, you know what I mean?
And you're going to be having to come off. It's going to have to be time to a way everything's like linked together, and when you're coming off an intersection, it's auto linked to the intersection you're going on.
We can believe that shit's going to be in our lifetime. A lot of people do, but it's not. No way.
But I mean, the technology even now is pretty impressive.
We're 22. We're 22,
but
bro.
Where's that money? Where's that money going to come from to build that? Who's going to pay for that?
Individual companies who are already making millions and billions of dollars off of selling regular cars, they're going to invest in finding a new way of making cars, bro. It's like any other company. You evolve and make a new product that makes more buyers come in, bro.
That's how companies stand the time. They evolve with the times. A lot of companies, like you said, people are already like Ford and all these other companies are already coming out with electric
The problem
cars.
is where I just see it fitting in also too in society.
How so?
How do you introduce that?
They're already introduced.
You just said you use
a track.
Well, there's been talks and theories of tracks for a long time.
I'm talking about a truly driverless vehicle.
That would have, okay, so that's why you're saying who's going to fund that. That would have to be government involved. That's
what I'm saying, and they don't care enough about it.
Well, I mean,
they haven't touched the roads in years.
That's what I'm saying. I don't give a fuck.
That's a good point. I don't know.
Oh, you're saying like changing the whole roads and everything. Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you're talking about now.
That's super down the line. Yeah,
that's another lifetime.
But you don't think they can make it like the big highways from New York to Florida to Texas? You don't think they can make those ones specifically like that?
Yeah, maybe like one giant one.
Maybe by the end of our time.
Or maybe, how about this? How about they have separate roads for self-driving cars and separate roads for mechanical cars?
And that's what I was saying. Like, how do they introduce that? Because it's gonna be very hard to find. Where are you going to build it 30 feet above the roadways? Or are you going to build it underground? Or what are you going to do? Are you going to build a whole other separate roadway that's taking up what land do you have to buy? Or is that state property?
Or you just add a separate lane?
You know what I mean? Yeah. What are you now, what habitats are you destroying while you make that interstate or whatever you're going to call it?
So you're saying
you're destroying more, I feel like. It's just taking away more for what we think is saving the environment is actually just pushing forward technology, which is ultimately destroying it. Technology is what is destroying.
But you don't think that electricity would be a better form of fuel for a vehicle instead of just digging up natural resources?
I think water
for sure.
Actually, there is like I think there was a
They already
company.
came up with it.
Yeah, working on like a
Hydrogen.